Once upon a time, there lived 3 little pigs in a cozy farmhouse with their mother. One day, Mama Pig called her children together and said, "Okay, little pigs, you are all grown up. It's time for you to go out into the world and build houses of your own. But beware of the big bad wolf. Build your houses safe and strong, for if he catches you, he'll gobble you up." So the 3 little pigs set out on their journey, and they first came to a field of straw. The first little pig saw the bales of straw and said, "Why, I'll stack this straw into a house nice and quick." And so he said goodbye to his brother and his sister, and in no time at all, he had built a house of straw, and he went inside to relax. The next 2 pigs, they continued on their journey until they came to a forest. Looking around at all of the sticks of the forest, the second little pig said, "Why, I'll use these sticks to build a house that's much stronger than straw. And plus, it'll take me no time at all." So the second little pig set to work on her house of sticks. It took her a little longer, but in no time she was finished and went into her house to relax. Now, the third little pig was growing very tired, but he continued on the journey until he came to a small town. And he looked around and he saw that there were lots of houses built of bricks. And he thought to himself, "Why, I'll build a house of bricks that's sturdy and strong." And so he set to work, and he worked long and hard on this house. But at last, he finally finished and had a strong house of bricks, and he went inside to relax. Now, just a few days later, the 3 little pigs heard that the big bad wolf was seen nearby. And remembering their mother's warning, the 3 little pigs, they went inside their house and hid from the wolf, hoping to be safe. Now, the big bad wolf was out hunting for his dinner and sniffing around until he caught the scent of the first little pig who was hiding inside his house of straw. That hungry wolf, he walked right up to the door and he knocked on the door and he said, little pig, let me come in." Huddled nervously inside, the first little pig cried out, "Not by the hairs on my chinny chin." The big bad wolf showed his long, sharp teeth, and he said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." So he took a deep breath and blew as hard as he could, and the house of straw flew to pieces with bits of straw flying everywhere, leaving that first little pig with no protection from the wolf. And so he squealed and he ran as fast as he could through the forest to his sister's house of sticks, and together they hid from the wolf. Well, that wolf was growing very hungry, and so he chased after that little pig through the forest until he got to the house of sticks. He growled and he knocked on the door and he said, little pigs, let me come in." And the 2 little pigs, they hugged each other and they cried out, "Not by the hairs on our chinny chins." Oh, that big bad wolf was very hungry. He licked his lips and rubbed his belly and he growled, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." So he took a deep breath and blew as hard as he could. And that house of sticks, it shook, but it didn't break. And so the big bad wolf took another big deep breath and blew as hard as he could, and that house of sticks flew to pieces, leaving the 2 little pigs with nothing to protect them from the wolf. And so they squealed and they ran as fast as they could through the forest and into town to hide in their brother's house of bricks. Oh, but the big bad wolf, he chased those little pigs through the forest and into town. And he got to that door and he rapped on it and he growled, little pigs, let me come in." And the three little pigs huddled inside. They cried out, "Not by the hairs on our chins." The big bad wolf, he growled, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." So he took a big deep breath and blew as hard as he could. But that house of bricks, it stood strong. Oh, the big bad wolf, he took a bigger, deeper breath and blew as hard as he could, but the house of bricks, it didn't budge. The third little pig, he laughed with pride and he said, "Listen here, wolf, my house of bricks is much too strong to be blown down. And now it's your turn to run. There are no bullies allowed in this town." And so the three little pigs, they burst out of their house, and all the other animals in the village did as well. And so together, the three little pigs and all their friends, they chased that big bad wolf right out of town. And he never bothered the three little pigs ever again. The end.
Once upon a time, there lived a fisherman. He lived in a tiny shack by the ocean and worked hard every day to catch enough fish to feed his many children.
One day, as the fisherman cast his line into the water, he felt a tug.
And he reeled in his catch.
When all of a sudden, caught on his hook, the fisherman discovered a golden fish, unlike any fish he had ever seen before.
However, the fisherman's surprise grew when the golden fish opened its mouth and began to speak.
"Please," said the golden fish, "release me from your hook. Set me free in the water, and I will grant you whatever you wish."
The fisherman had not caught many fish that day, but still, he took pity on the golden fish and decided to let him free.
As soon as the golden fish was safe in the water, it turned to the fisherman and said, "Thank you, sir, for setting me free. Now, what is it that you wish? And I will make it be."
The fisherman thought of his family, crowded into their old rundown shack, and he knew what to wish for. "Golden fish, I wish for a nice big house for my family."
"And so it will be," said the golden fish. "I hope you enjoy your wish. And if you ever need me, call out to the waves and I will come."
The fisherman hurried home to tell his family about the golden fish. When he arrived, he couldn't believe his eyes. Where once stood his tiny shack, there was now a big, beautiful house with plenty of room for his many children.
The fisherman told his family all about his wish for a new house, which the golden fish had clearly granted.
For a while, the fisherman's family lived happily in their home. But before long, the fisherman's sons and daughters began to complain.
"Dad, why didn't you ask for a bigger house? We want a mansion with fine clothes and fancy things."
So the fisherman hurried back to the ocean and called out to the golden fish.
With a splash, the golden fish peeked its head out of the water. "I see you've returned," said the fish. "What is it that you need?"
"Well," said the fisherman, "thank you for the house, but what we really need is an enormous mansion filled with fancy clothes and fine things."
"And so it will be," said the golden fish. "I hope that this time you truly enjoy your wish. But if you ever need my help, call out to the waves and I will come."
The fisherman ran back to his family and found an enormous mansion filled with the fanciest clothes and the finest things that he and his family could have ever imagined.
The fisherman and his family lived in their mansion, and for a while, they were happy. However, not very long after, the fisherman's sons and daughters began to complain again.
"Dad, why didn't you ask the golden fish for a palace? We want a golden palace and a kingdom to rule too."
And so the fisherman returned to the ocean.
and called out to the golden fish.
And with a splash, the golden fish emerged from the water. I see you've returned again, said the golden fish. What could you possibly need now?
Well, said the fisherman, I wanted to thank you for the mansion. But what we really need is a castle and a great big kingdom to rule.
Ah, said the golden fish. I think I know exactly what your family needs. Go, fisherman, and do not call me again.
So the fisherman hurried back home. But when he arrived, there was no castle. There was no mansion, not even a house. All that remained was a tiny shack.
And so the fisherman ran back to the ocean and pleaded and begged for the golden fish to return.
But the golden fish never appeared again.
And so the fisherman and his family, they returned to their tiny shack by the ocean. And they had no fancy clothes and no fine things.
But they had each other. And that was what the golden fish said. That, indeed, was exactly what they needed. The end.
Once upon a time, there was a lion. Now, this lion was the biggest, strongest, fiercest beast in all the jungle. And all the animals knew not to bother Lion, especially when he curled up in the shade for his afternoon nap. However, one afternoon, a teeny tiny little mama mouse was scurrying around looking for food for her babies. And she didn't see the lion sleeping. And so as she hurried along, her long tail brushed the nose of the lion. Achoo! Sneezed the lion, very grumpy to have been woken from his nap. He glared down at that teeny tiny mouse who was frozen in fear, and he roared, "How dare you disturb me?" he said. "I should gobble you up." "I'm so sorry," squeaked the mouse. "Please, let me go. And for your kindness, I will promise to help you whenever you are in need." "Ah, ha ha ha," roared the lion. "How could a teeny tiny mouse like you ever help a great big lion like me?" And he waved his paw at the little mouse. "Run along, little mouse, you're much too silly to eat." And so she ran home to her babies. Now, the lion went about his business, and he soon had forgotten all about that little mouse. But just a couple days later, the great big lion stepped into a hunter's trap, and all of a sudden he was tangled in a giant net. He pushed and pulled with all of his strength, but his struggle only made the net grow tighter. And he roared and he roared, his great cries echoing throughout the land. But all of the other animals were afraid of the hunters, and so they didn't dare help poor Lion. All of the animals, that is, except the little mouse, who had not forgotten the lion's kindness. When she heard the lion's cries, she rushed out of her house and she cried, "Hurry!" to her little babies. "It sounds as if Lion is in trouble, and, well, maybe we could help." And so the mama mouse led the way with her little babies scampering behind her. And they soon encountered the enormous lion who was trapped inside the hunter's net. "Don't worry, Lion, we're here to help," said the little mouse. "Oh, that's very kind of you, little mouse," said the lion. "But even I, with my great strength, can't escape this net. What could a tiny creature like you do to help?" "Have no fear," said the mouse. "I will save you just like you saved me." And with a squeak, she called to her little babies, and they all approached the net. And with their teeny tiny teeth, each mouse began to nibble at the net. They nibbled and they gnawed at those big, thick ropes, and it took all day and all night. But Just as the sun was rising, the net fell to pieces and the lion was free. You saved me, roared the lion as he smiled down at the mama mouse and her babies. I'm sorry that I laughed at you, little mouse. I will not forget your kindness or bravery. You've shown me that even the smallest friends can be the greatest friends of all. And from that day forward, the great big lion and the teeny tiny mouse were always the best of friends. The end. Swim closer, children. I have a story for you.
Story time!
Tell it.
I will. Okay. Once upon a time, very, very deep in the clear blue sea, there lived a little mermaid.
I know this story.
Maybe. But this story has been told by humans and merfolk for hundreds of years, and every time it's told, it's a little bit different.
Tell it, please.
Okay, so this little mermaid lived with her big sisters and her father.
King Triton, ruler of the ocean.
That's right. Her father ruled over all the creatures of the ocean, that is, except the wicked sea witch who was jealous of his power. Now, this little mermaid was a bright, thoughtful girl who was always asking questions about the world above the ocean. She carefully collected and studied all of the land objects that sank down to the ocean floor, like a ship's anchor, a fork, and especially a statue of a boy who had no fish tail, but instead 2 long legs on which to stand. At last, the Little Mermaid came of age and was allowed to rise up and explore the surface of the ocean. And there, she saw an enormous ship where a human prince was celebrating his birthday as well. As the Little Mermaid watched in wonder, a terrible storm struck, and the crashing waves knocked the prince from his ship. But the brave Little Mermaid battled the waves and swam with the prince to a nearby beach. Once the prince was safe on shore, the Little Mermaid sang him a song more beautiful than any human had ever heard before. But just as the prince was about to open his eyes, a search party of humans arrived and the Little Mermaid leapt back into the sea.
So the prince never got to see who saved his life.
That's right. But the prince was determined to find this brave young woman whose beautiful voice he would never forget. And the Little Mermaid, who had also fallen in love with the prince, was now more determined than ever to find a way to live on land.
Sea witch.
That's right. The Little Mermaid went to the sea witch and begged her for a way to become human. The sea witch agreed to give the Little Mermaid legs, but only if the Little Mermaid gave the witch her beautiful voice. And worse, if the prince did not return the Little Mermaid's love and ever married another, the Little Mermaid would have to return to the ocean and belong to the sea witch forever.
Why would she agree to that?
Well, the Little Mermaid was brave and determined, and she might not have thought through all of the bad things that could happen. Plus, she was in love.
Ew.
In any case, the Little Mermaid agreed to the sea witch's deal and was given legs. And finally able to leave the ocean, the Little Mermaid was thrilled to be able to explore the wide world above. She met the prince, who thought that there was something special about this young woman, although she could no longer speak to tell the prince that she was the one who saved his life. Still, the prince welcomed the Little Mermaid into his palace, where he was struck by her kindness, her sense of humor, and especially her interest in absolutely everything.
Uh-oh.
That's right. The sea witch grew worried that the prince would marry the Little Mermaid, so she used her wicked magic to give a visiting princess the Little Mermaid's voice. And upon hearing that beautiful voice, the prince thought that he had found the young woman who saved his life, and so he made plans to marry the human princess.
Couldn't she write him a note or draw a picture or something?
Well, the Little Mermaid did have one possibility. The Little Mermaid's sisters had gone to the sea witch and given her all of their beautiful hair in exchange for a dagger, which the Little Mermaid could use to stab the human princess and stop the wedding. But even though the Little Mermaid knew that she would have to return to the ocean and belong to the sea witch, the Little Mermaid would not hurt the human princess. On the day of the wedding, the sea witch came to claim the Little Mermaid. But the brave Little Mermaid used the magical dagger to stab the sea witch. And with that blow, the sea witch lost her power over the Little Mermaid and her voice returned. And the prince realized that it was the Little Mermaid who had saved him. And together, they battled the sea witch.
The sea witch was defeated.
That's right! The Little Mermaid was able to stay human, and she and the prince became wonderful rulers over their kingdom on land. But they also liked visiting her family's kingdom under the sea.
And they lived happily ever after?
Yes, they all lived happily ever after.
That story was okay. Do you know any scarier ones?
Well, once upon a time, a little red hen lived on a farm with a gray rat, a pink pig, and a brown horse. Every morning, the little red hen would go out into the field to peck through the dirt for her breakfast. One morning, when the little red hen was searching for food, she came across a few grains of wheat. She scampered over to the gray rat, who was sunning himself in the shade nearby. "Rat, rat," she said, "look what I found. If we plant the grains, they'll grow into wheat. And if we harvest the wheat, we can grind it into flour to bake a loaf of bread to share." "That sounds like too much work," said the rat. "Way too much work," agreed the pig, who was wallowing in the mud. "Why not just eat the grain now?" said the brown horse. "But think about how much better a loaf of bread would taste," said the red hen. "Now, who will help me plant the grains?" "Not I," said the rat. "No way," said the pig. "Nope," said the horse as she was munching. "Okay," said the little red hen, "then I'll do it myself." So the little red hen pecked little holes in the dirt, and she planted each grain and then covered it back up. And the little red hen watched carefully over her grains, making sure that they had enough sunlight and water. Not long after, little green sprouts began to come up from the ground, and the wheat grew tall and golden. "Friends," she called, "look at my wheat. It's so tall and golden. Now who will help me harvest the wheat?" "Not I," said the rat. "No way," said the pig. "Nope," said the horse as she continued to munch and crunch. "Okay," said the little red hen, "then I'll do it myself." So the little red hen heaved and hauled and huffed and pushed the wheelbarrow up to the mill. But the work didn't stop there. The little red hen ground the wheat into flour. She threw the sack of flour over her shoulder and carried it back down to the farmhouse kitchen. She called out to her friends, "Friends, I've ground all the wheat into flour. Now, who will help me bake the flour into bread?" "Not I," said the gray rat with his eyes closed. "No way," said the pig, still lounging in the mud. "Nope," said the brown horse, who continued to search for things to munch and crunch on. "Okay," said the little red hen, "then I'll do it myself." So the little red hen mixed and measured and kneaded the dough. It wasn't long before the scent of the bread reached the field where all the animals were relaxing. Do you smell that? Said the rat. Delicious, said the pig. I must eat that bread, said the horse. And all the animals agreed that this was the tastiest bread that they had ever smelled. And just as the little red hen pulled the loaf of bread from the oven, she turned to see all of her friends pushing one another at the window. Hello, friends. Would you like to help me eat my bread? Yes, said the gray rat. Absolutely, said the pink pig. I can help you eat all the bread, said the brown horse, gnashing her teeth. Said the little red hen. But did you help me when I planted the grains? Did you help me take the wheat to the mill to grind it into flour? Why, you didn't even help me when I baked the flour into bread. Since I did all the work by myself, I'll eat the bread all by myself. So the little red hen gobbled up the entire loaf of bread. But as soon as she finished, she showed her three friends how to search the field for grains. And together the animals planted the grains with each friend helping. And from then on, all the animals shared loaves of bread that they baked together. The end. Once upon a time, there lived a king and a queen. They were wonderful rulers, fair, patient, kind, and wise. When they had a daughter, the whole kingdom rejoiced in celebration of the baby's birth. But as the princess grew into a child, it became clear that the king and queen had a problem. Their daughter would not go to sleep. Every night, when the king and queen attempted to put their daughter to bed, the princess would talk, sing, yell, and cry. She would climb out of her bed, run around her bed, or even hide under her bed. And when the princess finally fell asleep, her parents would tiptoe to their room. But as soon as they got comfortable in their own bed, they would awake to cries of, "Mama! Papa!" Returning to their daughter's room, they found the princess wide awake. No matter what they tried, no member of the royal family could get a good night's sleep. Now, as time went on, it became clear that the sleepless princess would be a big problem. You see, the king and queen were so tired that they were falling asleep in important meetings, and they no longer had the patience to help the townspeople with their problem. So, the king and queen announced that they would award a chest of gold to anyone who could help their daughter get a good night's sleep. The news spread, and people came from near and far to help the princess get to bed. There were famous storytellers who came to tell the princess epic bedtime stories. The princess listened to every word, but she never fell asleep. Next, there were talented musicians who came to sing to the princess. They sang until the strings on their instruments snapped. Lastly, experts came with gifts of blankets and curtains and clocks, even medicine. But nothing could help the princess get to bed. It was a dark and stormy night, and the king and queen were at their wits' end when they heard a knock at the castle door. There stood a poor woman from the village. Though she worked day and night, she barely had enough money to feed her 10 children. She was wet and dirty and carrying her youngest daughter, who was no older than the princess. The queen invited them in and offered them dry clothes and food. It was then that the woman explained she was there to help the princess fall asleep, as a chest of gold would feed her family for the rest of their lives. Now, the king and queen couldn't imagine that this poor woman could help their daughter get to bed, as so many people before her had failed. Yet, they led her upstairs to where they found the princess, exhausted but stubbornly bouncing on her bed. The princess climbed down from her bed and approached the young girl. Meanwhile, the woman stopped to take a look at the princess's bed, which was piled high with mattresses and blankets.
With a flick of her wrist, the woman began to remove each mattress one by one. And when she got to the bottom, she stopped. The king and queen watched intently. Even the two girls turned to see what was happening. The woman bent down to pick up a small green ball. "A pea," she said. No wonder the poor thing couldn't sleep. The woman threw the pea in the trash. "There," she said. "She'll sleep now. Mark my words." The woman ushered the princess back to her bed. The young girl smiled at the princess. "Here," she said, handing her her tattered old teddy bear. The princess took the bear and climbed into bed. It wasn't long before her eyes slipped closed and she was fast asleep. The princess slept all night that night and many nights afterwards. The king and queen were amazed, and as promised, they gifted the woman with a chest of gold. But they also awarded her with a home in the royal palace, where the two young girls became best friends, and everyone lived happily and well rested ever after. That is, until the two friends discovered slumber parties. The end. Once upon a time, there was a rabbit, or hare, as his friends in the forest like to call him. Now, the hare loved hopping along the forest trail and talking about how fast he was. One day, as the hare was bouncing along, he zoomed past the squirrels. "So long, squirrels! I'm faster than you," laughed the hare. As he continued on, he zoomed past the snakes. "So long, snakes! I'm so much faster than you." As the sun was beginning to set, the hare tripped over the tortoise, who was slowly plodding along the forest trail. "Tortoise, you're so slow, I thought you were a rock. You must be the slowest animal in the forest, and I am the fastest." The tortoise cautiously peeked her head out of her shell. "Hare, you're always bragging about how fast you are, but did you ever think how it makes your friends feel when you call them slow? Since you're so fast, I challenge you to a race." "What?" The hare laughed. "Tortoise, you couldn't beat a tree stump in a race." "Laugh all you want," replied the tortoise, "but I'll see you tomorrow for our race." So, the next morning, the hare came early to see all the forest animals gathered to watch the race. "Okay," said the tortoise, "we'll race down the path, through the field, and the finish line will be at the meadow." "Let's go," replied the hare as he stretched his long, strong legs. The race began and the hare took off in a dash, leaving the tortoise behind. "Do you give up yet?" called the hare. "I won't give up," replied the tortoise. "Slow and steady will win the race." So it wasn't long before the hare reached the field, where he saw rows and rows of carrots. And the hare thought to himself, I woke up so early to get to the race, I didn't have time for breakfast. That tortoise is so slow, I can eat all these carrots and still win the race. So the hare decided to stop for a snack. He ate as many carrots as he could, and after a long while, the tortoise slowly came up on the hare. "What took you so long?" said the hare to the tortoise, as he took off in a dash, leaving the tortoise in a cloud of dust. But the tortoise didn't give up, because she knew that slow and steady would win the race. It wasn't long before the hare reached the meadow. He could see all the forest animals waiting at the finish line. Just then, he felt the warm sun beating down on his tummy, and he called out to the animals, "That tortoise is so slow, I could take a nap and still win the race." So the hare decided to lay down in the soft grass. Shortly after, his eyes slipped closed and he was fast asleep. But the tortoise didn't give up. She kept plodding along the trail because she knew that slow and steady would win the race. All the animals gasped. Could the tortoise really win the race? The hare woke up from all the commotion and dashed towards the finish line. But he was too late. The tortoise won the race with one slow step over the finish line. All the animals cheered for the tortoise, but the hare cried, "That's not fair! I'm the fastest animal in the forest." You are really fast, hare, but you have a little to learn about being a good friend. Good race. The hare was so surprised that the tortoise didn't brag or tease about winning. "Good race," replied the hare. "You didn't give up, and you were right. Slow and Steady did win the race." And the hare led all the forest animals in another round of cheers for his friend Tortoise. Congratulations, friend. And the hare never teased anyone again. The end.
Attention! Unsafe handling of borax may cause injury. Always ask an adult for help with science experiments and always wear protective gear.
Hello friends, my name is Janet and here we are on Mother Goose Club Playhouse. I am joined by my good friends and neighbors, Gianna and Ethan. Say hello to everybody.
Hi.
Now today we're going to play scientist. All right, so whenever we play scientist, I actually love for us to put on our lab coats. Now, we're also going to put on our safety goggles. So I have some safety goggles for you there. Every good scientist knows that you need to have your PPE, which is personal protective equipment. We want to make sure if whatever we're making doesn't splash into our eyes. Now, another thing that we want to do before we make our slime.
Yay!
That's
I can't
right. We are going to make slime today, but again, every good scientist knows one must prepare if we're going to do the scientific method. So, preparation means that we need to start by putting something on our table. So, if you can just use this plastic tablecloth, and yeah, let's get that all covered. So, water, check. Borax, check. Glue, check. Measuring cups, and now our mixing bowl. All right, so here's one of the first things. Who would like to be the first person to measure out a half a cup of glue? Oh, you're great at measuring. Do you ever bake anything else?
I've baked cookies before. Snickerdoodles. I've made cookies with my cousin.
You have? And so you got to measure out the ingredients when you make cookies, right? Do not ever make a cookie with glue. I'm just saying. So now, here's what I'm going to have you do. Will you, with this spoon, kindly put the glue into our bowl? Yeah? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to stir in about a half a cup of water. All right, so let's just put about a half a cup of water in there, just like that. Now, I need you to add the water to the glue. All right, while you're doing that, let's think about adding some food coloring.
Yay.
Unfurl this, my dear, and add your food coloring there. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa. Yeah, let's see. Oh, that's a nice green color. Look at this. While you're doing great on this, Gianna and I are going to complete another step. So I want you to add 1 cup of water into this bowl. All right, so again, we're making slime. We've got our glue and our water and our food coloring over here. We've got our 1 cup. Now I want you to add 1 teaspoon of borax. Just 1 teaspoon. You want me to pour that for you?
Yes, please.
All right. Now start stirring that for me. Oh, it's nice. Yeah, it's kind of getting a little milky. All right, so now, are we ready to really make some slime is what I have to ask. So now, here is the next step. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to slowly stir the glue mixture into this mixture. So can you move your bowl over here? Let's concentrate on the slowly part. So let's get that out of there as we can. Oh yeah, we don't want to lose out on any of this slime. Would you look at there? Ooh, all right. So you know what? You know the best way to test our slime?
Oh.
We reach in. We reach in. Come on, scientist. You little mad scientist. You, yes, go. Oh, this is awesome!
Wow.
Whoa!
This is awesome.
Wow, you guys did good. I can't believe, whoa, how did you do that, Ethan? Whoa, that's like an alien face in there. Whoa! Whoa. All right, can I shake your hand? Wow, wow. There's all kinds of things you can do with slime here. So, did everybody have fun being a scientist today?
Yes.
So, I want you guys, what would you tell your friends out there about trying the slime?
They should definitely try it because it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into Mother Goose Playhouse today. We've had a blast making slime. Go be awesome and be a great scientist.
Have fun slimy.
Hi, Mother Goose Club. My name is Adam, and I'm the host of the Playhouse Challenge. Today, Gianna, Darby, and I will be doing an experiment.
We're going to mix different colors of paint together.
And try to figure out which new color we'll make.
Yes, we have red paint, yellow paint, white paint, blue paint, green paint, and black paint.
Let's get mixing!
All right, what color do you think we will make when we mix red and blue?
I think it's going to make brown.
I think it's going to make purple.
Let's mix them together and find out. It's purple. You get a point, Darby.
Yay!
Good job. Next up, let's see what color we make when we mix green and blue.
Definitely green.
Definitely blue.
Alrighty, let's find out. Bluish green? Greenish blue? You both get a point this round.
Yes!
Good job. Our next mixture is black and white. What color do you think we will make when we mix these two colors?
I think we'll make gray.
Yeah, I think we'll make gray too.
Well, let's find out. A little white, a little black. Oh, it's gray. You both get a point.
Yay! So excited.
Nicely done. All right, our next mixture is yellow and blue. What color do you think we will make when we mix yellow and blue?
I think we'll make orange.
I think we'll make green.
Well, let's find out. It's green. Good job, Darby.
Thank you.
You get a point. Sorry, Gianna. No points for you. All right. For our next and last mixture, we'll see what color we make when we mix red and green.
I think we'll make brown.
I think we'll make pink.
Well, let's find out. Some red, some green. It is brown.
Hey!
You get a point, Gianna.
Thank you.
Good job.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, let's see who guessed correctly the most times. Darby, you have 4 points. And Gianna, you have 3 points. That means Darby is our grand prize winner. And you receive a big box of colored crayons.
Good job, Darby.
Thank you.
Tune in next time for the next Mother Goose Club Playhouse Challenge.
Bye-bye.
Oh, hi everybody. I am Janet and today we are in the Mother Goose Club Playhouse kitchen and I am joined by my friends Anna Grace.
Hello.
And my friend Lucas.
Hi.
Today we are making pizza.
Yes.
We we've made our dough, and now it is time to roll out our crust. Now, what we want to do is we're going to put a little bit of flour on our rolling pin. That way the dough won't stick to it so much. Let's get to rolling here. Here is a trivia question. Does anybody know who invented pizza?
Gooey Lou.
Gooey Louie, I love that name. I don't think he has anything to do with pizza. Do you have a guess?
I have no idea.
His name was Rafael Esposito, June 11th, 1889, and he was making a pizza for Queen Margherita of Savoy. And so on it, he put tomato sauce, basil, which is green, and mozzarella cheese. So you have red, green, and white, which were the colors of Italy. We will give Rafael Esposito some credit today for making pizza. All right, so I think that I'm good. But it's like oh, I don't like it! You guys give it a try. That's kind of fun. It's kind of like action, like a frisbee. Yeah. Wow, that's good stuff. Oh yeah, one last twirl. Whew. So we have made our pizza crust. They're all looking very, very delicious. Now, what do you suppose is the first thing we need to do?
We need to put pizza sauce on.
All right, so with that said, everybody grab a spoon and pizza sauce away. All right, so once you're fine with how much sauce you have on there, all right, you guys are good with that? All right, now we're gonna talk about the ingredients we can put on top of our pizza. Now, you mentioned that you like what on your pizza?
Pepperoni and cheese.
All right, so are you going to put your cheese on first or your pepperoni?
Cheese.
All right, so away you go. Now, what would you like to put first on your pizza?
You know, I think I'm gonna do something really funky. I'm gonna put my cheese on last.
Ah, very, very creative here. All right, so what would you like to go with first?
Probably bacon.
All right, so she's gonna put a bit of bacon. Now, I am gonna go the route of Chef Lucas over here, put a little cheese. Have you guys ever had avocado on a pizza?
Is that what you make guacamole out of?
It is what you make guacamole out of, but I love avocado, so I'm gonna put a little avocado here. You're gonna go for a little pepper there, a little orange bell pepper. I think that's a good idea. Now, where are you gonna go from here?
Sausage.
All right.
Oh my goodness, all of this smells so good. I just wanna like eat it.
It won't be long now. And so I've got my peppers, I've got my avocado. I might go with a little more cheese. I might, oh, you know what, I forgot.
That looks really yummy.
And then I'm gonna put some black olives on there just for good measure. There we go. All right, so now it is time to put the pizzas in the oven. Can you say la pizza?
La pizza.
In the oven.
In the oven!
You always want to be careful with the oven and have some assistance with that. And now we will set our timer. All right, and we wait. Oh goodness, this is Lucas's pizza. We're gonna put that right there. This is Anna Grace's pizza. And then this is my pizza. Do these not look amazing? And they smell fantastic, don't they?
Yes.
Are you proud of your creation?
I think it's gonna be really good.
All right. And you're excited to try yours?
So good.
I say it's time to cut into these pizzas and let's have a bite. I think the word for the day is bon appetit. Everybody try a bite of your pizza. All right? That's pretty good, guys. How about yours? Oh, it's a little hot. So, you know, it's a little hot. All right. So, we have a few final words for you.
Bon appetit!
We'll see you next time, Mother
See you next time.
Are you willing to try some avocado there for me?
We'll try it.
All right, come on, Lucas. Would you say that an avocado is a vegetable or a fruit?
Fruit?
It is a fruit. It's actually a single seeded berry. Okay, so how about a little bite of onion? Wow, onion is very delicious. Oh, it's
Kind of
hot.
spicy.
Oh, it's hot to you.
Kind of is.
A little bit of an anchovy here. This is a fish cured in salt and oil. Anybody brave enough to try this with me?
They're really salty.
Really salty, really fishy. Super fishy.
Kind of tastes like the aquarium smells.
Hi, Mother Goose Club. I'm Ariana. I'm Darby.
And I'm Abby.
and we are going to be doing an experiment with Mentos and soda. So what we're going to be doing is we're gonna place a mint in this tube, and then we're gonna release this, and it's going to explode. Safety first.
Okay.
All right, you release it.
Oh yeah. Wait. On this.
Okay.
So sciencey. All right,
Okay.
You want to pull the trigger?
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah. Set. Go.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, that's awesome. That one's way higher than I thought
Yeah,
it would.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I did not expect that. Wow.
We'll just put the rest of these in there. Let's see what happens with this. Maybe it only works
I
with
don't
Coke,
know,
but I feel like it would
maybe.
work with anything.
Because, well, I don't
see.
know. It might be something like special ingredient Coke that reacts with the
Yeah.
Mentos.
Okay, bubbling.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's going!
Okay, so that went in a little bit.
Okay. So that was 5, but it wasn't too much. Whew. Okay, which one do you think's gonna go the highest?
I think mine is, because look at how bubbly it is.
Oh, that's
It's like
true.
already really bubbly.
Yeah. Okay, let's put 3 on each.
Okay.
I'm kind of nervous. I'm worried. I hope mine bubbles at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Wait, hold on.
We'll all go at the same time.
Ready?
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. A little late there.
Oh, I think I'm bubbling.
Oh, it's going. It's going.
Oh, I still
The red
won.
one is so pretty.
I
The
know.
red one's really
Whoa,
pretty.
look, it's like
how
mixing.
cool this is. It's like mixing in the
I
green.
still won that.
Guys, be careful. It's seeping over.
Oh my gosh, it
Oh,
smells
this
so
makes
good.
purple. That looks so
it's the red
cool.
and blue make purple,
Yeah.
and then the blue and yellow make green.
So we have root beer and 7-Up. I think personally that root beer is gonna go super high.
Really? I think it's the 7-Up. Here.
I think minty root beer might be a kind of good taste. Is that weird? I think it might be good.
Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh
my god!
I was wrong. My God. Oh my goodness. I was completely 7-Up went so high.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, I was wrong.
That went way higher than
I did
expected.
not think that 7-Up
Ew,
would
look
go.
at
Wow.
So I'm actually thinking cream soda for this.
I'm gonna go with the Crush.
Crush
because,
doesn't
I don't
very
know.
bubbly though.
The Fanta has been doing well, so
Yeah.
I don't know. They're both fruity.
We haven't tried Crush yet, so.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Exactly, okay.
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 1,
2, 3.
Oh!
I was wrong again!
That was so high!
That is crazy.
Oh my goodness.
I was wrong
only do
again.
this with Coke?
Look at this mix though. That's pretty.
Coke isn't the only thing you can
This
do
one's
this
going on
with.
for a long time though.
For the grand finale, you're going to be doing Diet Coke. Now, legend has it, this is the most reactive, and I'm really excited. We are going to be putting a lot of Mentos in this, and I hope it goes really high.
Yeah.
Perfect. 1, 2.
Yeah, do as many as possible.
Thank you.
4, 5,
6,
7.
Oh, I think
Is that our limit?
7's the limit.
Okay.
Alright.
Let's screw this on.
I will pull it.
Yeah, you got
it. Okay.
Okay, ready?
Okay, 1, 2, 3. No! That was crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, by far that was the best.
I think that was like 10 feet up.
That was incredible.
That was
So
crazy.
try this at home. It's so much fun.
Yeah. So the Diet Coke was definitely the most explosive.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Hi, Mother Goose Club.
I'm Abby.
I'm Ariana.
I'm Darby.
And today we're going to be making a lava lamp. All you really need is a 2-liter bottle, some vegetable oil, a funnel to pour in the vegetable oil, as well as some water and food coloring, and an Alka-Seltzer tablet, or if you don't have that, you can just use salt. The first thing we're going to do is add oil, water, and food coloring. And we're going to fill the bottle 3/4 of the way full with vegetable oil, and then just top it off with water.
I'm really excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah, I love lava lamps. I think they're so cool. 3/4 of the way.
so it's more than half.
Okay, and then we're just gonna top it off with water. So we're gonna add about 10 drops of food coloring, or until it appears fairly dark. I'm gonna do this green. So
I'm gonna do pink. I love pink.
Just the yellow.
Oh, this is so pretty.
Oh, that's really cool, Darby.
Whoa! Should I add a little bit more?
Let's see, does it come out
Let's
fast?
start with this and then see what happens.
That's cool. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of blue.
We're gonna want an Alka-Seltzer tablet or salt. And if you're using a salt shaker, just sprinkle it in for about 5 seconds. Oh, look at this purple! That is so cool. Oh my goodness, I love that. I hope I'm breaking it up enough.
This is like a really dark purple or like a dark blue.
Oh, but it looks
Look
so
at this!
cool.
Oh my goodness, look at this!
Whoa.
Oh my goodness, I love it!
Okay,
I might have added
these
a
are
little
really
too
cool.
much blue.
Yeah.
This would be fun for a spend the night party.
Yeah, that'd be really fun for
Or a
something
good
or
activity
something.
to do with friends. I really liked it. It's so cool.
I know, I'm gonna put a few more dots of yellow. It's still really dark. Whoa, yours looks really cool.
That's cool. It's like a galaxy.
It is like
I still have some on the bottom, some food coloring on the
yeah,
bottom.
you do.
Whoa, okay, look at the pink.
Oh, cool.
That is really cool.
Yours
I
is so
love it.
pretty. Whoa, that looks so cool.
Do you think I should add more or do you think it's good?
It's a little dark. I don't know. It is dark. But under a flashlight, it might look different.
Oh yeah. We are going to be adding glitter, and then we're gonna add another Alka-Seltzer into it.
Yeah, because we really liked it when it started to.
Should I shake it up and then put the tablet in?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that so it's like.
Oh,
so
it
I can
really
mix the
sticks to
glitter
you.
first.
Oh.
I know. I
Hey,
have
art
glitter
is
all over my
messy.
fingers.
I like it.
Oh, it looks good. It makes it really shine.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Oh, now it's getting really dull.
Whoa,
Okay.
yours got so dark.
Yours is like a galaxy lava lamp.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna add another Alka-Seltzer.
Okay, are we gonna put the?
Love it. Okay.
I'm putting it in right now.
Seltzer number 2.
It's not. Oh, there it goes.
There you go. So cool.
I'm gonna try it with the flashlight on.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty.
I love it.
Oh, cool. I think ours are pretty much done.
Yeah.
And all we have to do is put a flashlight under it. See what happens. It's fun. It's easy, too. Okay.
I want to make more.
I know.
I
What
like
happens if you
this.
I love this.
I think for the next time, if you just add a couple drops of one color, I think it'll be really
I'm gonna try it.
Cool.
They look so awesome.
Yeah, these are all great.
I think it turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
So, that's how you make a lava lamp at home. You should totally try this. We had so much fun. Bye, Mother Goose Club. Bye.
Hey guys, I'm Jesse and these are my boys, the Ruckus, Diego, Zion, and Kingston. Can you guys say hello?
Hello.
Today we got a really cool treat. We're gonna open some Pokemon cards. You ready? I'm gonna make it rain Pokemon cards. And you ready? Alright, everybody pick one. Okay, you got one?
Gyarados.
Alright, Zion's opening his cards. Let's see what's in there.
Oh, I got Shifty, and this guy is Blaster. Oyster. Oh my gosh! What a break!
You got a what?
Zion,
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Can you guys tell them what?
It's a scratchy card.
Man, you guys
You
are
got your
excited
first. He
about
got
this.
his first EX.
Whoa, I have no idea what that means, but that's exciting.
Kingston, you got your first EX.
Diego's gonna open his now.
A first
Alright, Diego,
EX.
what'd you get?
Oh, didn't give me EX.
No?
I got a break. You got the same guy as me.
Hey, what's your favorite thing about these cards?
I'm trading.
Trading?
Yeah, trading.
Alright. Where's the card you guys got really excited about?
I got a break green ninja. Here's the break. And let's move on to the sky. Frogador,
What color is that?
blue, Cricketon, and of course, again, the green ninja
Man,
break.
you really like that one.
Yeah, the XS card, Travis,
What colors are on that card?
is green,
Green? Which one's your favorite one from those, Kingston?
auto.
All of them? Okay.
I got a guard chomp, ducklet, a trainer potion, Palpitoad, and then I got Durant. It looks like it's tired or old. Then I got a trainer, bursting balloon. Trainers can sometimes help you with your cards.
How do they help you with your cards?
They can help your cards get stronger because they're trainers.
Nice.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Mother Goose Club Playhouse.